Hi guys, I want to highlight this as a major problem that I think half of everybody gonna fall. How to spot a fake academy? And the very simple way to logically find a fake academy and the most roasted company in the whole freaking universe. Let's see this one. Remember, this will be under article of a High Court Commission of Singapore, and this academy was suspended in last year, and surprisingly, they are back into a scummy act. And I'm not surprised. What I'm going to show you is the Microsoft version of how to spot a fake academy. And Singapore context verified the academy is listed under the community for private. And then there is also another one, research reception. Make sure you search for the company that you're applying to the academy, and must be a legit academy. For example, XXX Learning Hub and XXX Academy and XXX version of the academy. So over here there is couple of coincidence that you will run into these kind of scummy bastards. And I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I have no choice to legit get the government to do something about it. Common education scam. Pretty much you can read on your own, but here is the most common diploma, meal, sales degree, and without coursework. Fast track diploma, no exam. This kind of warning signs, you have to stay out of those company. Scholarship scam charges and processing fee. Online course scam and some other things that is not additionally taken. But here is something that I want to highlight. If you're in Singapore, your only options are doable is verify the skill future credit under SSG or CPE before enrolling in any academy. That's the situation that I notice a lot. I won't say like majority fell for it, but the thing is you run into this scummy so-called academy. They will definitely do something about this and try to lie about shit. And here is one of the options. That's just one highlighted. And then check with Ministry of Manpower TFAP recognition if the academy claims to boost enjoyability. So I believe most of the victim that credentially coincidence fell for this is they never check with the education center, or there's no connection in between, or neighbor said okay, let's go to study and learn some skills, that kind of thing. And I think majority 50-60% people is all elderly or non-elderly. They find things to do but they don't know where to go, no connection, no nothing. They straight up tell you go to like find friends, education. I know education is important in some sector, but here's a thing about uh, not just my majority mindset, but I think high chance I wanna bring in to the spotlight. And let's go with Reddit. Here is the very one misfortune about education. I want to verify this as a situation standard. Before anyone went to apply or do any education with them, I want to give you a straight little wake up call. First Academy sus sue to ex staff and rival training company and but lost case. So basically, the company is a scam, A, and B, how to know if a scam is basically call a company hotline. It linked to another message say that sorry, the number you dial is no longer in service or no longer accountable or anything that regarding to the service. And second, always do recon research and showing like some idea, like maybe you got an idea how to spot them. And pretty much this. Just do a Google search, Reddit search for a total cross pool of company that's negative history previously that was business of claiming PIC credits for companies. Now it's claiming SkillsFuture credit for individual. The moment Firstcom lost the SkillsFuture accessibility, they instantly fired most of their staff. I would like to highlight now they are changing brand. This is 2 months ago, somebody posted on Reddit. The bosses seems like a piece of shit. Yeah, I definitely want to agree on that one. I want to point an apology before I slam the door on them is like you can't scam like a well studied graduate people. And people are smart, directly, immediate. They are telling you to do a Google search. And now they changed, they even posted 2 months ago. They changed the name and academy from Firstcom to this new website pages. And if I do a private tab, means this. This is the Komodo mode. Copy link address, go to this. This is the website that I posted. And notice something unrealistic is they have all these trusted leading so-called company. Here is a misleading little thing about this company called Skills Development Academy. And no pun intended, I literally no longer with them, so I'm not associated with them either. But here is what they are lying about is they are well recognized with BreadTalk, Resort World Singapore, Garden by the Bay, ST Engineer, any of these company that is listed, and there's also a national library. I think VW is under Volkswagen, Cots, Neo, Garden, and half of these company like Tafet is not under them. They don't even recognize these causes. And second, BreadTalk don't associate with these people. Resort World, I'm not too sure because there's no research about what they are being taught inside the Resort World. Garden by the Bay, I remember they had a one opportunity of going to the Garden by the Bay to do their partnership, but therefore they were crumpled. And then I remember very closely ST Engineering doesn't have anything to do with this school. And you know what more ironic? Let's scroll all the way down. This is the UEN number. When you search for the UEN number under the same name, in the registry of Singapore company is not recognized. And when I type in this exact building is under a old industry area, like a lot of the company in between the places is all the old style office, and those type are rental unit or so called on block for sell and resell renting style of office. And then there's another one that I want to highlight. If you call this telephone number to feedback, it doesn't work. Telltale's manufacturing lie. This phone number no longer exists. I tried calling couple of times, it doesn't work, and I can guarantee tell you this is no longer in service, the number. And when you actually call in the other number that was listed on the WhatsApp, it never rings, and it straight up tells you another telltale sign that it's a fake. And how do you spot a fake little so-called courses? They no longer have the WSG name. And how many times do I see all these pictures? I would like to give you guys a major flaw. They took it from Google. They Google the image like, okay, this, and they posted it as a accidental. And I can guarantee you this is not original. Wix.com is not recognized in Singapore but in worldwide. That's one way to say a telltale sign about someone took a guarantee pictures from Google and edit something about it and make it like they own it. And I believe this is from Google. Google head office, wear attires, this kind of stuff, and basically this one is under Microsoft 365. So under the law of Singapore, which is regarding this company in the courts of division of the High Court of the Republic of Singapore, under 2025 SGHC 266, mandatory of orientation claim and that kind of stuff. That's like 39 pages long of it. This was issued to the High Com of the Court Rule of Singapore, Republic of Singapore. This was under the lawsuit of the Academy First Com. And here is a kickstart of this problem between First Com Academy Pty Ltd. So they are under the couple of people that literally a defendant. So this is a defendant of the jurisdiction, and here is the judgment. And I want to point out my mind was blown when I saw this report. Judgment, contract illegality and public policy restraint of trade, intellectual property law and confidential breach confidential. They done that also as well. Pretty much still ongoing. Intellectual property of copyright infringement. There we go. That's another one. Like how I mentioned on the courses portal, is like some of them are from stock photos and some of them are from Google Face and some of them are taken from database of the Microsoft certification courses. And here is another telltale sign. They have a conspiracy, like conspiracy. And here's another one, is endorsement of breach of contract. Let's go to introductions. This was under General Division of the High Court. Orientation Claim 183 of 2024 under Miss V, and 24, 26, 29 September 6 to 6, 9 October 17 November of 2025. Judgment reserved. And case was under 1. The claimant of First Com Academy Pte Ltd is in the business of offering courses under the workforce. I don't want to drag down this one. And then there seems to be a assessment and qualifications of skills and implemented by the SkillsFuture. All this I can just leave it out because I don't want to bring down the government policy. And let's go to chapter 2, pages 2 of this. The second of the third defendant, Mr. Len. Is it Mr. Len? So-called Mr. Chu and Miss Lauren Jean Wendy, respectively, as a former employee of FCA. And here we go. Miss Leong's employment was terminated on November 6, 2023, while Mr. Chiu's employment was terminated on 7 November 2023. And here is another version of this story. Mr. Chiu and Miss Leong joined fourth defendant, OOM Pty Ltd, was founded in 2006, and the business provided digital marketing and consulting services. And apparently FCA took another swing on the betting to like getting their little trump card. And number 4, it says, for the reason I explained, I dismiss the suit. Under the Chief of Evidence in Chief, this one is definitely no longer there. I'm gonna skip quite a few, but there is still the rules of 233 and 234. This will be important to take a check. Background: FCA co-founder and director Mr. Kim-Chen Yu. Quite knowledgeable people and a medium-sized SME, but here is a cake. Firstcom Solution Pty Ltd. On around 11 October of 2021, Mr. Chu commencement employment at FSC as a digital sales executive, drawing a business salary of 2,800 back then, while at FCS, Mr. Chu sold digital product and services to corporate clients as part of the general sales team, and earned a commission on his sales. He developed close relationship with Mr. Giam, who became his mentor. When Mr. Giam started FCA, Mr. Chu joined the FCA as a business development manager. Drawing a basic salary of the 3,800, Mr. Chu LOA on 29 September 2022. I'm gonna skip a little of this. Skip. Here is a nutcase to crack on the letter. It says lawful means conspiracy. Lastly, FCA allegedly that Mr. Chu, Ms. Leong and OOM had entered into agreement to infringement of FCA copyright, breached their respective obligation and confidential oath to FCA, and breach to the non-compliance and non-sedition clauses. Non-solicitation clauses in Mr. Chu and Ms. Leong LOA, letter of appointment, that's what it stands for. FCA further alleged that the agreement met the predominant purpose of causing an injury or damaging FCA. Specific to the breach of confidential claim in contract, Mr. Chu and Ms. Leong deny any confidential information from FCA, as well as disclosing Any such information to OOM is related to breach of confidential claim against the information team. Regarding to the alleged copyright infringement, OOM denies any copyright and assess independently created and in-own work, as also as Angus that this is quite a lawsuit. I'm gonna skip quite a few. And on the 22 column, it says, finally, I will address the FCA claim against defendants collectively for lawsuit means conspiracy. How is that even possible? I'll be right back on that. God damn, my throat is cutting it short. This is LOA damage, relevant point of view. And they have quite a few bundle of Diamond and Volume 1. They have quite a few non-found anything. And here is FirstCom Academy action is copy of Racing Gravana pitch trading, tagging slide 2.0 and journey, like someone journal was literally taken. FCA also addicted screenshot where showed Mr. Chu had downloaded the following documents prior to being informed that in his employment would be terminated. Photograph of an FCA protocol. All this will be skipped. Whether the claim of copyright infringement is made out, I turn to address the issue. Copyright infringement. FCA alleged that OOM had infringed in copyright and respect the following work. Henceforth, referral to the collectively as a work. Not negotiable. I want to allegedly say two marketing brochure, Google marketing program and social media advertising program cost brochure. Here is the B attendance of it is FCA courses completion certification, course certificate, FCA website, 4 of FCA Facebook posts, and FCA courses in relevant form. So under jurisdiction of this few penal code, it was found guilty In determining the whether copyright has been infringed, the relation to each of these category of work are useful. Consider the law of the three related issues and subsidy of copyright infringement, and the next between the two issues. And here is a Facebook post. A visual comparison of Facebook posts does not reveal any similar in the expression of languages, words, or text. FCA take the position that the messaging of Facebook posts was specifically structured to convey FCA marketing message. And I want to point out this is a major red flag. Lastly, I turn the cost certification for Context FCA assert that upon the successful completion of the courses or professional courses certification would be issued hearing the name of the completed program and individual courses with the programmee and the name of the recipient who is issued the certification of completion. A visual comparison of FCA and here is a major thing about this confidential WSQ certification. When asked if the only difference between the course certification and the ordinary WSQ certificate was the name of the course, Mr. Giam did not point out for a concrete design, featured instead referring against the noting issues specific courses. Certification is to affirm their learning decision. Based on number 31, and now is based on this. There is a question that was asked in between is I see. So the unique format of this application that make copyright that intended to having just the WSQ bot topic to the course. You put the actual courses and name in that. Is that my understanding? And his answer was a fat no. It goes beyond that because we understand the motivation of the learner and how the certificate would then be able to best serve them moving forward after they have been taken time to come to learn and upskill with us. Based on this, I can guarantee you 99% people feel like, oh yeah, sure. Relevantly, Mr. Giam stated, and what makes this copyright, and because when you combine it with the training we are doing for our employee, how they are engaged and partially prospect as a roadshow, for example, it would then make sense as a whole for you to understand what would be the best way to strangely that FCA adoption to business, which is point in time, was unique to us. Back then, they don't even disclosure of the information. I'm gonna skip this article. "36 pages long, and all these are High Court Commission lawsuit. And I want to point out, if you copy and paste the same logic, you notice a symbol of difference. They changed the name and design on this. This was the old article news of suspension lifted for FirstCom Academy after non-compliance with SkillsFuture marketing guideline. And I want to firstly point out to you is, how do you know if this FirstCom Academy is still active? Clearly they are active. Clearly they have a website. And clearly they needed to be a 5-star, or else you won't get the certification. That's how far they go to scam the elderly students that have no awareness of, like, if you don't give a 5-star review, you won't be able to get the certification. And top of that, if you go check in the Glassdoor, I want to show something that was quite a bad rumor about this company. .2 star. And if you go all the way to the comment section, it says run. Executive. Play is still okay, LOL. Pay is still okay. Laugh out loud. Ha ha ha, run. This company would rather lose a good employee than fix the toxic. This company would rather lose the good employee to fix their toxic management. I guarantee you this is definitely a real thing. should review your manager to see what dirty things they did behind you. So the manager can backstab you anytime. Here's another thing about this 1.0. And this was around this year, 31 January 2026, on this company, SharkPayU. Very good commission scheme to earn money. Find every way to fault and terminate you. So after the initial training or the day 1 training, day 2, day 3, they find ways to get rid of you. Sales executive, money is good, colleague is good, for you to find out. No thanks. Ultra poor employee upscaling and retention practices that is promoting increasing unemployment rate in MOM data. Oh boy, you are hired to sell one thing, soft skill courses using new faces to get sympathy, so-called one of the best academy in Singapore, but cannot forge top sales. Ouch, that's really a pinch. And I can officially tell you, if you skip all the way to the back, it's about to sums up the right thing that this was literally lead of actions was conclusion. I therefore dismiss OC of 183 is entirely. If parties are unable to agree to a cost of written submission or no longer than 10 pages are to be filled with 21 days of the day of judgment. So in between the reviews and bad judgment of the misconduct, they were suspended in between late of 2025 to January of 2026. And the batches of people that went through the Firstcom Academy so-called offer work, you have to keep in mind, I wouldn't penalize anyone literally trying. But here's the thing, if you're thinking about getting like good pay, good sales, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen, and the company is a total nightmare. And the action I was taking to my grave, do not let them fool you. The staff there is nice for like smiling face and The moment you join them to work with them, they will backstab you. And it's already proven to the case that the situation was doubled. Even if you find a way to stay in the company, you will get backstabbed and terminated in between, so most likely you will not be able to running away. The courses they sell is close to hundreds, and not just hundred, it's couple of hundreds. And I also did a lawsuit against them to Tafet, and Tafet messaged me about it, telling me that they will investigate the company and the academy. And I wouldn't bet Tafet would have gone to the website and figure out that logo was being used. Whoops. And I would suggest the Tafet research team to figure it out. What is the best action to take against a crappy company that backstab people? And I'm not just saying this is a fact, it's literally somebody from FCA department or the so-called skills development question mark learn something from Assassin's Creed Shadow is backstabbing people is number one. I don't want to take it as a guarantee procedure, but sometimes backstabbing is not really a good sign, or I won't condolence about this. I would suggest you to look elsewhere if you want to find a good job. Even the Glassdoor tell you to run, and the manager can backstab you anytime in between, and they will find ways to get rid of you. No matter how good you are, no matter how professional you are, you dress up for the job, but you're not suitable for the job. And I guarantee you this is not the first time. It's the first and forever the worst conspiracy of the FCA and other parties that was in this so-called commission. And I wouldn't want to take that pay. Honestly, I wouldn't want you to fall for the stinky trip. Literally, if you want to be a trip mine and tell you something like, if you don't, they even use some technique about if you don't give us 5 star, I won't give you the certification, and you must be 75 and above to get the certification as a possible grade. So in between this, and if you don't reach the minimum requirement of like servicing the so-called training, you will not get the certification either. And when I asked the other agency, they tell me that this certification is under fraud. I think it's under fraud because they managed to digging, and some was forged as a copy, like fake the WSQ logo. A actual WSQ logo is on the top left with the certification number underneath on the text letter and a signature of the personnel that is as a trainer. So you can see for yourself, and I honestly can tell you you wouldn't want to work with them, and I would suggest stay far away from them, and I wouldn't want you guys to go through the whole entire PDF to find out that they are scummy back or scum back to the point you can't run away.